Hug-tight sticky glue. Once a week, on Wednesday, the Twits have bird pie for supper. Mr. Twit caught the birds, and afterwards Mrs. Twit would cook them. Mr. Twit was really good at catching birds. On the day before Bird Pie Day, he would put the ladder up against the big, dead tree and climb into the branches with a bucket of glue and a paintbrush. The glue he used was something called Hug-tight. It was stickier than any other glue in the whole wide world. He would paint it along the tops of all the branches and then go away. As soon as the sun went down, birds would fly in from all around the roost for the night in the big dead tree. They didn't know, poor things, that the branches were all smeared with horrible Hug-tight. The moment they landed on a branch, their feet stuck, and that was that. The next morning, which was Bird Pie Day, Mr. Twit would climb up the ladder again and grab all the wretched birds that were stuck to the tree. It didn't matter what kind they were. Song thrushes, blackbirds, sparrows, crows, even little Jenny wrens, robins, anything. They all went to the pot for Wednesday Bird's Pie supper. 4 sticky little boys. On one Tuesday evening, after Mr. Twit had been up the ladder and smeared the tree with Hug-tight, 4 little boys crept into the garden to look at the monkeys. They didn't care about the thistles and the stinging nettles, not when there were monkeys to look at. After a while, they got tired of looking at the monkeys, so they explored further into the garden and found the ladder leaning against the big dead tree. They decided to climb up it just for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. The next morning, when Mr. Twit went out to collect the birds, he found 4 miserable little boys sitting in the tree, stuck as tight as could be by the seats of their pants to the branches. There were no birds because the presence of the boys had scared them all away. Mr. Twit was furious. "As there are no birds for my pie tonight," he shouted, "then it'll have to be boys instead." He started to climb the ladder. "Boy pie might be better than bird pie," he went on, grinning horribly. "More meat and not so many little tiny bones." The boys were terrified. "He's going to boil us," cried one of them. "He'll stew us alive," wailed the second one. "He'll cook us with carrots. I hate carrots," cried the third. But the 4th little boy, who had more sense than the others, whispered, "Listen, I just had an idea. We are only stuck by the seats of our pants. So quick, unbutton your pants and slip out of them and fall to the ground." Mr. Twit had reached the top of the ladder and was just about to make a grab for the nearest boy when they all suddenly tumbled out of the tree and ran for home with their naked bottoms winking at the sun. The end.